Hello everybody, it's Sandro from Abstract Homes Renovations. I'm just going to do a little tutorial here on application for this brick here. We have it in the stack pattern. A couple of things that I wanted to mention to you, and that I know a lot of people ask me, well, what's that that white stuff that comes out of the bricks and stuff later on in jobs, and I see it quite often on that. So it's the thin sets that's being used typically, and guys will maybe cheap out on using a cheaper thin set, and those ones don't. They suck in water and absorb water, and they leach all the salts out of the particular mortars. So we're using an Ardex product. It's probably, in comparison to cost, you're looking at $50 a bag as opposed to $10 a bag for the cheaper thin sets, but you won't get any leaching. It's a forever product. You'll never ever have a problem with it. Number two thing is you can notice here we've got a concrete board over top of a 20 gauge rain screen here. This stuff here, it's probably 4 or 5 times the cost of typical half-inch rain screen, what they call. So basically it's plywood that's been ripped to 1.5 to 2-inch strips. It's pressure treated, and and before I forget, with that particular rain screen, what happens is from the plant they will use a D grade, which is typically it doesn't make the cut for A grade plywood, so they'll take a D grade, which a lot of people don't realize that rain screen is made out of D grade. So you'll find pieces that are void of as they put the layers together, there's voids in the layers, and it's just basically garbage, and they're actually using it on the outside of a house as a permanent kind of thing. So that's one thing. Cheaper product. Got 20 gauge steel here with with washer head type self-tapping screws on here. This stuff here will last forever. You'll never ever have a problem with it. And then when we get into using a concrete board, so other guys will use it similar to even if they're using brick, they'll use a stucco type of application where they'll have that half-inch rain screen plywood. They'll put a tar paper on it. They'll put lath on it, or 2 layers of tar paper typically, and lath on that, and then they put a scratch coat on it so that'll dry. And basically what happens is between the studs, it kind of covers that half-inch void. So there's no way that very little breathing goes on behind that, very little drainage, because there's always moisture going to get behind that wall. How are you going to get rid of it? So that application again is very cheap. This way here, putting a concrete board over top this 20 gauge steel is the best way. This is a life product. You'll never ever have a problem with this. It breathes. It's a flat surface, so it's much easier for the guys to work on it. It's much easier to attach things to it. You don't have issues with it buckling or voiding or having little dips and stuff in it, right in the application of the brick or whatever else you're putting on it later. So it's more expensive again, but it's the best way to go. That's it for today. See you later.